Yeah, I was gonna say we don't need to read off the rest of it. I'll just do it for now, but I appreciate the backup. I really do. So for those of you guys who don't know, it's a regular Tuesday night program, Our Healing Choices. During the program, we basically come together to talk about a wellness, health, and wellness topic that we pick the week before, usually. Better this time because we did like four. We got four in the bag right now. Anyway, we come together to talk about a health or wellness topic of the week, and we share what we know and or listen in and just learn something we may not already know about each topic. The topic of the week this week, 130, is the power of positivity. I've got potential talking points, and you guys can add to this and just improvise and whatever comes to mind. But first, where does positivity come from? That might be a good one to start with. How to be positive. I've got gratitude. I've got forgiveness. The positivity ripple effect. The power of giving, time, money, resources. Laughter and not taking things too seriously. Exercise. The idea of faking it till you make it. And then general idea of karma and positivity, being good with karma, I guess. Anyway, the floor is yours when you need it. I will catch you all soon.
Okay, how's everyone doing in here?
We're doing good. We're about to talk about the powers of positivity and how it affects your life.
Woohoo! Yeah. I'm so glad I'm still here to listen to this because I've been really wanting to get into the show again. I was here a few weeks ago, and I've missed it ever since. But sadly, I only have 20 minutes left. So anyway.
Glad to have you guys back. Just want to say that before I get to my destination. Danny and Navy guy, good to have you here in the program and here.
Oh, I sure do wish I knew what Andrew was saying right now. Alas, there's a lot of wind noise and I don't know.
Probably good to have you and I here in the channel, cover for him for a little bit while he tends to what he has to do, and we'll take it from there. So what's everybody up to? Anybody have any inputs on the power of positivity and how it influenced or affected your life?
So I heard that one of the talking points is where does positivity stem from? And I want to mention my opinion on that. I actually believe wholeheartedly that positivity in someone's personality stems from their upbringing, what their parents taught them. I'm a very positive person normally, and it's because my parents always taught me to be positive. Always look on the bright side of things. Don't let the little stuff get you down. And that doesn't mean that it's not okay to get down about some things, but you gotta find ways to bring yourself back up while you're on those lows.
Oh yeah, and my roommate can definitely relate to this.
But I guess we could hover on this bullet point for a minute. If you guys would like to share what you believe is a source of positivity, or where it stems from.
Yeah, I believe it starts with your upbringing and your positive attitude that your parents reflected on you. I mean, life's life, and you gotta, deal with it accordingly. And you could be negative, you could be positive. If you choose to be positive, there tends to be positive outcomes as opposed to negative outcomes. You know, I've been through a lot in my life, and I've chose to be positive most of the time, and it's rewarding at the end.
And another thing, another place that it might come from is, and I've noticed this, you know, other people changing in this way, and I've kind of had times in my life where I fall off the positive bandwagon, if you will, and then I get back on in this way too. But a lot of times you spend so much of your life dwelling on the negative and kind of in a rut, if you will. And then one day you just decide, you know what, I'm done with being this, you know, gloom and doom kind of person. I'm done with having this cloud over my head. I want to be positive for a little bit, so I'm just going to forget everything that's going on and just do it. You know, just be happy. And that has a lot of power. You know, you would think that it wouldn't. You know, you would think that it's just you ignoring the problems, but really, it's a good way to help kind of hit the reset button on your mind.
May I kind of step in with everybody's permission and give kind of a heartfelt, positive moment?
Yeah, these shows, Redneck, are interactive. You are more than welcome to voice your opinion.
Oh, I know. I just, you know, this may be a little heartfelt for some people, and some, you know, everybody may relate to this. But, you know, staying positive is about your parents and stuff and your upbringings. I do agree 100%. And I'm going to put this out there. I'm 30 years old. I've always wanted kids, but never thought I was going to have them. I now have a 2 going on 3-year-old, and I have one on the way. Unfortunately, the mother does not see eye to eye, does not want to be civil. I used to be able to talk to that little girl all the time. I can't talk to her no more. Now,
oh, you dropped out. Here, take it back.
Now that there is, you know, is very depressing and can put a lot of weight on somebody. But the positive side to this would be I get pictures of my daughter at least. And, you know, I still have the memories and I still have the thought that them are my children. And one day I am going to get the visitation and the custody that I deserve, being a good father, so I can have my children like I'm supposed to. And that is what is keeping me positive about having my children one day.
Hey, I'm going through basically a very much similar situation. If you ever want to talk about it or anything, you can send me a request or whatever, and I'll be more than happy to talk about it. Through the same things you are.
But yes, I wanted to conclude that. I will, you know, that's my positive side. Free Mike.
Okay, and the last person let go of the mic.
So, what are some other bullet points that Andrew had mentioned? I was listening, but they kind of went in one ear and out the other. It's hard to focus when you're driving.
Yeah, basically what positivity means in your life and where it stems from, and how to accomplish that, what the outcomes of positively can mean in your life. But yeah, sorry to hear that you're going through that battle with your significant other, or used to be, whatever. But yeah, you should keep working and doing what you need to do, and I'm sure you're a good father.
Yeah, man, I'm sure he is. What came up for me about that is this idea of hope. Hope can keep us positive. I didn't put that on the list, but that on there. Just being hopeful, hopefulness, seeing people do inspiring things. I have some examples of that I can share later, maybe. But hopefully you can hear me. I'll be home pretty soon. But yeah, I just thought hope would be a good one to add.
Yes, Andrew, it is a little bit better. Still a lot of wind noise, but we can definitely hear you now, or at least I can. So, yeah.
Hope, faith, and trust are 3 key words that I live my life by.
Hope, faith, and trust. Yes, I think those are all ingredients to positivity.
My goodness, guys. I am 13 minutes away from my house, and that's pretty positive. I just got to let you know.
That is pretty positive.
Whoa, what's for dinner? Are we invited? So it's probably 12 minutes now, but yeah, stay positive, and hope you get there safe.
I already ate dinner, so we're good there. But yeah, we were talking a little bit about some things happening in people's lives, and I wanted to mention, I've been going through a lot of stuff lately. My grandfather recently passed away, and I mean very recently, and it was a little bit different for me than just a normal situation where a family member passes away. This one was more personal because this is the first time where I've actually had to kind of step up and be a man and deal with a lot of the behind the scenes things that come with a death in the family. And it's kind of hit me pretty hard, but I've had that happen. And then, my apartment complex, I'm sure some of you know by now, my apartment complex is kicking me out for a lot of stupid reasons. And I mean, just, it seems like it's a constant bombardment. And it's hitting my wife pretty hard. She's pretty upset about it, but I've tried to keep a positive attitude about it this entire time, and it really does help. It really does, and it's taken a lot of the pressure off my wife because it's kind of letting her know that everything's okay, and I'm doing fine, and then we're doing fine, and we're going to make it through this. So it really does help, and it's infectious too. You know, she's starting to come around and get a little bit happier and stuff like that. So a lot of power in positivity.
I agree. There is a lot of power in positivity, and I'm sorry to hear about what all that stuff that's going on with you. Um, but yeah, be positive, and I mean, at the back of your mind, you know what's up. You're always constantly worrying and stuff about things like that. But if you stay positive, there's always a positive outcome at the end. Usually.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Navy. I'm sure you're gonna get through it. You seem like a pretty strong, happy guy. But I'm starting to feel like one of the most powerful ways to stay positive is to see other people who are positive, to surround yourself with positive people, or to research positive things, and or even do positive things. You know what I mean? So it's infectious. Positivity is infectious, straight up. So just by doing it, you make other people positive or more positive or happy or feel good. And by seeing it, that, of course, that brings you up. So it's like a domino effect or a chain reaction or a ripple effect. It's awesome.
And if I may, I'd like to expand on that just a little bit, because not only is positivity infectious, but personalities are infectious. You know, I've observed over my short lifetime that you know, when you surround yourself with a certain group of people, you start to act like those groups of people. You start to say some of the same things that they say them. You know, act in certain ways that they act, and have little quirks about you that they have. You start to slightly alter your personality into that person because you look up to that person. You're you know, friends with that person. So you share common interests, and I think that's part of the reason why positivity is so infectious, is because positive personalities are infectious too. And by the way, don't mean to change the subject, but Danny D, do you mind if I add you? 'Cause I don't have you yet. I've gone ahead and sent him a friend invite. I hope he doesn't mind. But anyway, guys, I am 7 minutes away from home, so I'm going to be getting off here soon. Sorry I couldn't stick around longer, Andrew. I actually really enjoy your program.
Take her easy, bud.
Oh, I'm not quite gone yet. Where'd Andrew go? Oh, he may have just gotten home and was going inside or something. I don't know.
I like them pictures he just posted. And does anybody else kind of like agree that, I don't know, that last one kind of looks like a smiley face to me.
Oh my God, did I really just do that? I gotta quit hovering my finger over the button when I'm talking to untrusteds.
Sorry guys, almost home. Just taking some cool snaps of the sunset, which is pretty awesome right now. Changing every minute. In fact, I think I got one more shot for you. Positivity, baby.
Dude, I fully agree. You are taking some very gorgeous shots. And the color seems to be coming out like with every picture you take.
Okay, I hope I'm not cutting anybody off right now, but I wanted to mention we have a new trusted user, Joshua. Welcome to the channel. Currently, we are doing a show. It is our healing choices. Today, the topic is positivity. So if you'd like to be involved in the conversation, feel free to mic up and say something that has anything to do with that subject. But our host is going to be Andrew. and welcome to the Ring of Fire, where the people are cool and the button is hot.
Josh, welcome to Ring of Fire. Any thoughts on our program tonight?
So are we pretty much good with where does positivity come from? Like the source? I feel like that's probably the most important one. But then again, you know, gratitude, forgiveness, some of these other things could be sources of positivity. Anybody want to tap on maybe like gratitude? How does that make you positive?
Well, a big source of positivity is coming from where we're talking right now, is the Ring of Fire. And I'm grateful and a lot of gratitude towards you, Andrew, and our users, our mods, and our owner, Serenity, for always being there and being positive. That's what we're talking about tonight. But yeah, this is a great avenue for that.
Hello, Danny.
Hola, how are you?
Good, how have you been?
Doing good, trying to stay positive.
Well, I just first read go back, and I'm like, should I bring it back? There's so many people on there that are like me, so should I bring it back or should I not?
Gratitude. Yeah, when you're always in gratitude, where you're always thinking about things that you're grateful for, and you're in that mindset of thinking about what you're grateful for versus she did that to me, he did that to me, why didn't this go well, blah 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 blah. You don't focus on positive things because you're not being very grateful. But I guess when you actually stop and think of things that you could actually be grateful for, like, I don't know, you have a roof over your head, you have a car, let's say, maybe a lot of people don't have cars, you have access to clean water. I mean, if you really think about it, you have clean air to breathe, let's say. So maybe some people don't. But like, if you really put them all together, I mean, you could go on all day, every day, just coming up with stuff to be grateful for. And how is that not going to make you positive, right?
I don't have clean air to breathe. I live in the city. Anyway, guys, I am out of here. I will talk to you people later. It's been a pleasure as always. I love your shows, Andrew. I wish I could be here for more of them, but alas, I just cannot make it. But I am out of here, guys. Peace out.
We'll talk to you next time.
Thanks, baby guy. I appreciate it. Thanks for showing up when you can and being you, authentically, awesomely you. All right? Have a great night, bro.
Yeah, I think people don't realize the basics in life, running water, the freedom that we have in this country, as something to be thankful for. I think they overlook that. And they just tend to focus on the more crisis part of their life.
maybe go ahead and let's list some things we're grateful for.
You're right on. Yeah, I'm probably the only one that heard that. Caleb, welcome to Ring of Fire. You want to repeat what you just said?
I am thankful for everything.
I'm sorry, I'm coming a little late. I wrenched my back, so I'm in pain. But hello.
Hey.
Hello, Shan. Welcome to the party.
What's up, everybody? Hi, Shan. Hope everything's going all right on your end.
Yep. So what? This is the power of positivity topic. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Talk about your back problems. Jeez, I got a bad back myself. Bugger. Yeah, Shan, the power of positivity. It just happened when you showed up.
I'm positive that I'm grateful I have my kids.
I'm grateful I have a car that allows me to do work that pays. Because without the car, I wouldn't be doing work that pays right now, and that helps. And so I'm grateful for that. Woohoo! Among many, many, many other things, and I'll keep listing if there's a lull.
Yes, I definitely agree with that. Have a family, have your kids with you, and full time, and being a family, and yep, that's something to be gratefully positive about.
I will see y'all later. My phone is fixing to die, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Catch you later, Caleb. For anyone who's coming late, we are talking about the power of positivity on our regular weekly program, Our Healing Choices. So, yeah, if you have any thoughts on positivity and how you stay positive.
The only way, I've been through heck in the last couple of years with medical issues, and there's a lot of times I want to give up, but you've got to think positive and keep yourself in that brain set to get through it. Because especially the last few months, I've been through heck, but I'm still pushing and still being positive. Yes, I get that negative feeling. I want to be negative, and I do sometimes, but I get out of it quickly because I think that's human nature.
I agree. I think there's no other option but to be positive about things. I mean, there is options, but you know at the back of your mind, if you choose that direction, what's going to happen.
I hate to touch on this again, but it seems so important. And it's this idea that when we surround ourselves with positive people, we can't help but be positive. I don't think we realize how much either non-positive or pessimistic people or just neutral people in our lives affect us negatively. Like, I really think that having someone positive in your life to, like, inspire you is pretty important, whoever that might be, thankfully I can be grateful that I have a lot in my life, but there are some people that have none. Like, they don't have any access to the internet. They've cut themselves off from access to the internet or access to social media or whatever that could potentially pick them up. And so that they're stuck potentially with some pretty negative people in their lives, that would therefore be bringing them down. So how could you possibly be positive without, I don't know, a miracle of some sort, an inner miracle of some sort that like powers you through it when everybody else around you isn't? So I think having people around you that are positive is huge.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I also believe that you have to take your own initiative and maybe start that positive train with your friends and your family and stuff. Even though everything's so negative, you just have to show them the positive side and try to get by it with them.
But the only way to like push through being negative is to try to be positive. I grew up with very negative people. My family was negative. My mom's still negative. But the only way I'm getting through my strokes, the cancer, everything is to stay positive. Yeah, I want to give up, but that's not an option.
Exactly, and at the end, I can say, well, if she has that kind of attitude, then well, maybe we should, and if she can get through this, we can get through this.
Yeah, it's truly infectious. Wherever it starts, whether it originates from ourselves and it's picked up by other people, or we see it in someone else and we pick up on that and we gravitate up towards that positivity, it's infectious. It literally is infectious. So one of the talking points I came up with is the idea of like fake it till you make it. Like even if you're not truly, I don't know, if life isn't perfect for you, whatever, but you're just trying to keep your head up, you're smiling at others, you're being nice to people, that could go a long way. We have no idea how far that can go. So yeah, even if your life isn't quite what you want it to be, simply just smiling to a stranger or being kind to someone, aside from your shit, like just getting out of your shit and being kind to someone is actually kind of like you being positive and giving them permission to do the same, which is really very powerful.
Yeah.
Anyone have any thoughts on how forgiveness can be positive? Okay, before we move into forgiveness, anybody else have any thoughts on things that they're grateful for in their life?
How was everybody's day?
Hey guys, I just want to let you know that I'll be in for the chat, but I was gonna do some shopping or do some stuff or whatever. So yeah, I will come and join you hopefully before the top of the 8 o'clock hour. I'm not going to singing practice tonight, this Tuesday, once again.
Hey, Andrew, can I share how forgiveness was positive for me?
Hey guys, did you all get me? I'm going to join later on, so I might do some stuff right now. So I'll see you guys all hopefully before the top of the 8 o'clock hour. Okay, I guess I'm not getting any acknowledgement, I feel like, so I guess either way, I'll see you guys later.
Andrew, I think your mic's not working. And Joseph, we were in the middle of the show, so that's why you didn't get any acknowledgement. But yes, we'll see you soon, hopefully.
See you soon.
Hear me now.
I can hear you right now.
So yeah, what I was saying about the forgiveness is this idea that when we fail to forgive others, how should I phrase this? There's a quote somewhere that I have that's perfect for this, but basically it's like going through life not forgiving others is like being and putting yourself in a jail cell of bitterness. You do it essentially to yourself. So in essence, by forgiving others for the things that they do, for disappointing you, whatever it might be, you essentially let yourself out of that jail that you put yourself in, and then it's liberating and positive because you're not going about life with this bitterness towards others. You love everybody. Like, hey, they just flipped you off. I forgive you. It's like immediately you recognize that them flipping you off, it's not something you need to get angry about. They don't even know you, whoever it might be, some dude driving next to you on the road, right? Like, what else do you do but just forgive them for being an a-hole in that moment, and then you just move on with your day and you don't let it affect you? That's positive.
Yeah, I guess letting go of trivial things in your everyday life is positive. I think that comes with age, though. As you get older, you learn to do that a little bit more effectively.
I don't know if age is really it so much as how many tools do you have, that help you get through the trials and tribulations of life, I mean, like, if you take, on a side note, I mean, if you take like Mark Zuckerberg, the guy is like half the age of some of the oldest, most sophisticated programmers for, let's say, like Cisco or something like this, right? But he's created the biggest, baddest apparent like social media network in the world, and he's half their age. So it's not so much age, I think it's how much access you get to the tools you need to succeed, or get through life in a I don't know what you would call it, like a calmer state, like that's less rough. And as we learn more tools, it gets a little bit less rough. We get a little bit better at coping with life, So I don't know how else to put it.
also, I think kind of what you're getting at is it's how we apply ourselves to get to our succeeded goal.
I'll see you all later on. I have to go home and get my homework done. Peace.
I just want to tell a little story about forgiveness and all that stuff. My family's big on holding grudges, right? My best friend, when we were young, she got married. She was getting married, and I was working with special needs, like, and put myself through school. And I told her, I'll like 20 minutes late for the dress fitting. She put me out of her wedding because of that. My best friend and we grew up stage 2. And yeah, I held a grudge for a few years, but once we talked, that's like all in the past, and now we're still best friends again. It's just like, it was like a hiccup, but there's no need to like hold that grudge.
Because the reality of it is holding the grudge isn't hurting them at all. The only one holding a grudge is hurting is the person who is holding the grudge, aka us, and that's the irony of forgiveness is that you're not forgiving them, you're really kind of forgiving yourself, maybe, for holding on to that so long and letting it go, so that you no longer suffer.
Exactly, and there's people that hold grudges until they die. That's sad.
Oh, I know, relationships and friendships and everything, Even parents hold grudges against their children, or children hold grudges against their parents and stuff. Life's too short to hold grudges, and you feel better if you forgive, We're not perfect at all.
And nobody's going to get through this life perfect. It's just not possible. You can strive for perfection, but don't expect perfection. It will never come. Just be the best you can be, in your own unique situation. Yeah, cool. Anybody else have any thoughts on forgiveness? And honestly, one of the things that came to mind was, like, I have family members, step family members, who have gone years, like half a decade, right? 5 years or so or more, without talking to each other because of one little spat. Maybe it's a big spat, but regardless, you're still siblings. You're still blood. Like, I just don't understand how people can do that. And it's saddening, And again, I mean, it's just tools, like, straight up. It's nothing. There's no I don't know, rhyme or reason about it. It's straight up, when did you get the tools, and are you applying them, And are you applying them for yourself, and are you applying them to help others around you? I mean, it's simply that. We're not taught most of these skills. We are not taught these skills in school. So how the heck are we going to learn them if the generations that have come before us haven't been taught these skills in school? And then the generation before them haven't been taught these skills in school. It's like, how are we ever going to get out unless something outside of us teaches us those skills straight up? I'm grateful. I've learned a lot. Like, I've had a lot of people in my life, and I've read books and stuff like this that have taught me some skills. And I think when we all share them, it's like good for everyone. Everybody gets to come up from that.
What's up, Ring Fire?
What's up, brother? How you doing tonight, man? How's your day going? Anything positive happened for you? Highlight or anything for you today?
Not much has happened today. I was off duty today, so that's a good part. I'm just about to go to the gym in a few minutes. What time is it? 8:53. So in another 9 minutes, I'm going to the gym.
Cool, man. You're welcome to chime in. We're just in the middle of our program, Our Healing Choices. We're talking about the power of positivity. So any thoughts on positivity and how you stay positive and stuff like that that you could share? It's just, that's what the program's about, sharing what you know about the topic to help others and stuff like that. So, the floor is yours if you have something to share.
Yeah, but Andrew, do you really think that somebody can be taught how to be positive, forgiveness, and all this? I mean, I met some really horrible people that are just not obtainable when it comes to, forgiveness and positivity. They're just all negative in their life. Even if you do have the tool, some people don't even choose to use them. Do you think it's like in their DNA? Because there are some people like that.
The way that I look at it is, it's not a good thing, but you do need to have some type of negativity in your life that be positive, and that's one reminder. 212. Oh, $1.
Yeah, I mean, it's either you're in a spiral going up, positivity going up, or you're in a spiral going down, or you're somewhere in the middle where you get your ups and downs. But I don't know how to answer that question, Danny. I mean, there are some people that are so beyond help, maybe that they'll never aspire to that, to want that, and possibly. You look at the whole condition, the whole situation with the person. If everything in their life, like every person, the environment that they're in, if everything in their life is looking grim, then how is their attitude going to be grim unless they? And this is one thing that we should talk about positivity is that even in the muck, the worst muck you could possibly be in, right? There is something inside us that believes, that has a vision of a better day. And I think that's like the light, that's like the torch that some people hold to get their stuff, their shit, get themselves out of the muck, out of the hole that life has put them in. So I truly believe that even if you're at your worst, I mean, and you're the most negative person in the world, that you could theoretically turn things around. Yeah, it might take you a lot longer than the next guy, sitting at a Starbucks or something like this. And even them, who knows, who's to say how deep they're in doo-doo, so to speak? You don't know, but I believe it. I truly believe it, like that anybody can get themselves out of the muck.
Because I'm a paramedic and firefighter, there's a lot of negative things that happen if it's a fire or a death. And you just need to look forward to, good, positive nature. If that's within family, friends, working out, doing your own thing. And that's what I do. Go to the gym, work out, try to be with friends.
Exactly. And I think it takes a lot of effort to be positive. It really does. It takes a lot out of you sometimes. A lot of people out there are just in the negative, and that's their comfort zone. I mean, they're used to being in that zone. They feel comfortable in there. They don't want to take a step out and try to be positive or be proactive. There's a lot of people like that.
There's tons of people like that. Everybody gets negative from time to time. We're only human, like I said. But some people are just so toxic. Like every little thing's negative, or if you tell them something, they like find the positive. It puts I go to a friend of mine that I cut out of my life with this positive thing, but they turned into negativity. I'm like, what?
It's kind of like, I won $1 million on the lottery. Should have been 5. That's kind of a little bit of an example.
Exactly. People like will do that to you. Like you say, oh, let's say like I met this great person. Well, did you do this? Did you do that? Or you say something like, oh, I got this. I have a friend. Oh, I bought this great new dress, and she's like, well, don't you think you should have bought a size bigger? There's just so many people that are negative like that.
If that person loved themselves, they might not say that negative comment to somebody else, you know. It's weird. It's like the bullies are typically the ones that don't love themselves, and need the hug more than anybody else. Yeah, it's sad to say, but straight up.
Then there's the fixers too that always turn a positive situation like nitpick it. Maybe they're not doing it intentionally, but they'll go into it like Shannon was saying. I got a new dress. Oh, did it fit right? And the measurements right, and it was the color right. They try to help, but at the same time they're throwing negativity at it. But yeah, I gotcha.
Maybe we could talk a little bit about this is just one random word that I came up with. You guys can imagine this, whatever you imagine. But I thought of like this idea of the positivity ripple effect. And I think we've kind of already talked about this. Like someone had mentioned before that people are positive, and that gives you positivity from people who are positive. So this whole idea of being when you choose to be positive, whether you're positive or not, whether if you fake it and you do something that's positive, you're kind to someone, you open the door for someone, you smile, I don't know, but that could be a ripple effect. So I don't know, that's just a thought I had, was this whole idea of the positivity ripple effect. Anybody have any thoughts on that and how it's happened in your life or stuff?
Yeah, you may not see it right away. You may not see the effects right. You might not even see it at all. Somebody that's walking down the street, they're having a tough day. You know what the hell happened to them. You smile at them, and that gives them the positive energy to do something positive. Well, yeah.
I'll give you guys a shining example of what I saw happen today. That was like, shit, this is really happening. I have a buddy, Tim Schwartz. He does these pop-up happy hours in New York. He's been doing it wherever he can, but now he's in New York. He was in the subway doing it with his
And those positive memories will stay in their mind for God knows how long. And be shared.
Yeah, right. They'll tell the story. Oh yeah, there was this. I remember the day when this guy stepped onto the subway train, in a pink flamingo suit, carrying a free hug sign, and played, with his buddy, played some epic music. Like you don't see that every day. I think that's it. Is this positivity ripple is like, you do something that people don't see every day or don't experience every day, and that stays with you. It might ripple into your life, for the day. It might ripple into your life for the week. It could go on forever. You don't know how far that's going to go, and you don't have to know. Just the fact that how powerful your smile could be at the basic, how powerful your smile or your nod to someone, like a homeless person in an alley or whatever it might be, just a nod, an acknowledgement even that someone exists could be enough to set off a chain reaction, So it's really cool, And there's no reason not to be positive, none whatsoever.
Hi everybody, how y'all doing?
What's up, Crazy Bear? Welcome to the program. We are discussing the power of positivity. Hope you can jump in if you want. If not, just chill and enjoy the program.
I'm doing all right. Just had surgery. I had surgery yesterday. I had my gallbladder taken out.
Went well, I assume, which is good. I have a sister that just had hers taken out 2 weeks ago. Glad everything went okay.
Sending a lot of love your way to get well soon.
Yeah, I mean, you sound pretty good. Doing okay.
Yeah, I'm just hurting a little bit, but I'll be all right. And thank you.
I'm curious, guys, what's the most inspirational thing that you've seen, whether in person or on YouTube? Anything that comes to mind right now?
Well, here where I live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, I mean, there's homeless people helping homeless people. They collect blankets and sheets and soaps and deodorants and things like that. And they're homeless themselves, and they collect them and distribute them. I think we have a user, Michaela, that does that too. That's inspiring. That's pretty positive.
We actually have a group of females up here in Michigan, along with me and some of my other guy friends. What we do is we will buy some female purses or obtain some female purses through donation. And then whether people want to donate as well, or we obtain through purchase feminine products. And we hand them out to the less fortunate, like the homeless women on the streets, or, just ones that can't afford it, so they can keep their feminine hygiene up a little better and feel better about themselves.
Right. That's awesome.
It's really cool, man. You're right. There's some people that just can't even afford that. The most essentials. So, right on, man. Good to hear. Anybody else have any thoughts or anything else they'd like to share about, something really inspirational or your life now, or like stuff you've seen on YouTube or whatever? Yeah, what comes to mind? Well, that might just go to the fact that maybe we need a little bit more positivity in our world, right? There's enough on the news about things that are negative and stuff. And like, why is it difficult for us to think of? And I was having trouble myself, I have to be honest. Why is it difficult for us to think of something that's positive? Something that's not right there.
I'm going to say something, okay? Y'all know, you've been hearing about all the negative about the cops, the police, on the news, okay? I had an officer that helped me through a situation that happened almost a year ago in my house. Won't go into details. And also the same officer that helped me through the situation helped me through a different situation. And also I had like 8 puppies in my house at one time. Couch one for a while. And the same officer that helped me through the 2 situations, she'd come check on me and my daughter, see how we're doing. And she's like, hey, I've got a bag of dog puppy food. If you want it, I could go get it. And she went to her home while on duty and took and brought me a practically brand new bag of dog food just for the puppy I had.
Wow, that's pretty epic. To not put police officers in a box and assume that they're all the same is so powerful. They're not all the same, right? There's some definitely good people out there, and you got to realize that officers are fearful sometimes. Think about the job that they do. They're not always going to use rational judgment on things. And what would you do in their situation? You don't know what's going on. You don't know if someone's got a gun in a car or not. You're going to be a little bit on edge. It's really hard to be calm in a situation like that. You think that it's hard for you. Imagine if you're the officer, and you have no idea what's behind that door or, in that car. So anyway, I give them a lot of props for what they do. I have a friend who's an officer, so I'm grateful. And the majority of them are good people, There's some bad apples in every area of life.
I agree. Okay, and the same officer actually went out of her way to took me and my daughter in her cruiser to a different town, because the second situation I'm not going to take and go into details about, but I had to go to a place to get my daughter further interviewed. And the same officer went out of her way and took me and my daughter there.
Cool.
So with me, I think cops are here to help. Yeah, there might be some bad apples. There's always a bad apple that falls off a tree.
True that, right? This talk of officers, it reminds me of this Canadian police unit. I forget which area. I have to look it up. I think it's called Richmond something police department in Canada. They give positive tickets. Like they have a certain amount of sponsored tickets that they give, and instead of a ticket like for something they did wrong, they see something that someone did right, they pull them over, or they approach them, step up to them on their bicycle or whatever, and they say, hey, you know, I just want you to know you did something really great. You know, I don't know, opening that door for that little elderly woman over there. I want to give you a ticket, and they give them a movie ticket or some kind of a discount on like car repair or whatever. And I think there's another department somewhere else in the world that gives like $100 to people, random people that they think that need it. Like they look at the car and they're like, let's pull this car over because it's kind of a jalopy, and they figure like, hey, this, and you know, like maybe it's a woman with like 5 kids in the car. You figure like she's not doing drugs, she's just having a hard time supporting herself and all her kids. So they give her like $100 bill. Like they're tasked to go and pull over X number of people with however much money they're each given. I think it's like $1,000 per officer to pull over like 10 people each and give them $100. It's just insane how cool that is compared to the norm, you know? Yeah, man, it humbles me to no end what's going on under our noses, how much positive stuff goes on in the world that we know very little about. It's just, I don't know, gives me a weird kind of.
All right, guys. It's still kind of early, but it's getting late for me due to yesterday. So I'm going to bid you guys adieu for now and get some rest.
It was a pleasure, man. You take care.
All right, catch you later, Redneck. Sleep well, man. Thanks for stopping in. Catch you next week if you're down for the topic. If anybody wants to be on the call alert list to know what the topic is before the topic, just add me as a contact.
Oh, don't worry, bud. I'm going to lay down and probably listen until open topic. So I like your shows. I love everybody's show on here. So I do plan on finishing your show up, bud. And yeah, I will shoot you a contact request if you don't.
All right, maybe we can go into a little bit about the power of giving, how giving of ourselves can be positive, giving of our time, our money, our resources. Anybody have any thoughts or examples about that? Yeah, first of all, maybe we could talk about what ways are there to give? Really? How many different ways, like practical ways, have we, given of ourselves in the past?
I think it starts with a smile. There's always monetary things you can do. Just step out. Someone needs some help in your everyday life. Someone's broken down on the side of the road. Stop and see if they need some help. Change their tire, boost them, whatever. Yeah, that's always good things to start with.
Yeah, one thing that came to mind for me is like the idea of just listening to people. Like, hey, talk to me. What's up? What's bothering you? What's eating great? If you sense something not right or whatever, just to be an ear. Could be a pretty good give. I know a lot of people go to it's weird. The last time I remember talking about this, it was about what I remember thinking. My limited perception of giving was, like at a food shelter or at a homeless shelter, giving food and stuff. But there's so many other ways to give, So yeah, I mean, maybe we can talk more about the other ways, to give of ourselves. Like, how does it make you feel? I mean, really.
You touched on the basic ways. Like, I'm all ears. I'm here if you need me. No judgment. If you want my feedback at the end, let me know. But yeah, I'm here to help you if you want my help. A lot of our users, believe it or not, come in here just to do that, just to vent and stuff.
So you think maybe just a Ring of Fire is a good listening channel for people who just need to vent? Nah, that's fair. That's a good thing in the world, I mean, sometimes people just don't have anyone to talk to, or they've run out of people to talk to, and this is the place for them, So this is a healing spot for them,
Oh yeah, 10-4, no doubt. It has been for me anyway.
And I can't tell you how many times I've heard people say that like this channel saved them. Maybe not literally, like they were going to commit suicide otherwise, but like a lot of people just like it brought them up, So so maybe positivity. We'll just put Ring of Fire. Add that one to the list. Funny.
Yeah, definitely. Well, you have like different inputs and outputs and suggestions and everything from people across the world. It's got to help you at some level there.
So one way to be positive: get your butt into the Ring of Fire on the Zillow app and use it. Talk to people straight up. Maybe that's a good one. That's one of the best I've heard of lately. I mean, there's so many, but the ones that are shining for me right now are the Ring of Fire and like an app like this, a place like this channel on an app like this, and then surrounding yourself with more positive people. Straight up, like there's nothing that beats, I think, absorbing positivity from others. You know, it makes you more positive and makes you more inspired about kind of doing your thing, you know, and kicking up your game or whatever. So pretty huge.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. Anybody else have any input on that?
Just input on giving in general. Like, how do we give? Like, what are the different ways we give? I mean, again, outside of the food delivery for the homeless and helping them that way, how else do we give? Like, my one give I'll give for an example is I offer free hugs. That's my thing. I that's one of my major gives. I do that at least once a month. Try to do it more closely to like every 2 weeks, every week if I can. But at least every month I do something. So I mean, like, how do you give? Everybody has their own little way, you know. Do you give money to like homeless people? Do you give food to homeless people? Do you, I don't know. We talked to a guy who did his gives, I guess, was being prepared for an earthquake for the whole damn community. Like literally, he had like enough to support his whole street in the case of an earthquake or something. You know, he had a water filter pump, something for the pool, for the swimming pool. You know, so they could get clean water out of the swimming pool, a pump and a filter for it. It's like he had all kinds of stuff, man. Like, it's just amazing how powerful it is to be in that space of giving. Because most of the time we're always take. It's all about take. It's all about what can I get for myself, for me, what can I take? But I think when you change to, you know, what can I give? Even when I feel like I can't give anything, what can I give is possibly a pretty positive thing.
Yeah, and I think when you try to, you know, obtain a home for the homeless, I think the food and everything just falls in place after that. And the primary thing they need is the home, and then we can work on the rest of that stuff. But yeah, kind of touching off base there, because you know we always bring the homeless up, you know, when we're talking about less fortunate and who to help and things like that. But yeah. You know, once we get them started with the home, and I think everything else will come into place for them.
That's a good point. If they get going in that area, at least it gives them some hope, you know. Cool. Trying to think what else I was thinking for ways to give. And you know, the fact that even I'm struggling with this, with to give, you know, I've got a lot to learn as to how to give, you know. There are so many ways, I'm sure, you know, but how many ways do we actually, how many things do we actually do? And we know how it makes us feel. We always feel better when we give of ourselves, you know. Maybe I've just learned something recently about focused time blocks. Maybe we could set a time block, a block of time once a week where we do a give, whatever it might be. You know, whatever it might be for us, we do a give. You know, let's say that's for you, I don't know, on a Sunday, you know, Sunday afternoon, you're gonna do a give. You're gonna spend 2 hours with the intent of giving of yourself in some way. You know, even if you have nothing, like If that's walking down the street and literally smiling at every single person who looked you in the eye, maybe that's your give. I don't know. I'm just, whatever it would be for you, maybe we could just block some time to go do that. I don't know. Any final thoughts about giving before we move on?
Or maybe you have an 89-year-old grandma that you haven't seen in a while because your life's too busy. You know she's not going to be here very much longer. Yeah, take those 2 hours and do that.
Exactly, or that, or like maybe you haven't talked to a friend, a good friend in a while, or a relative that you really care about. Like, just get down and pick up that phone and call them. You know, like literally spend some time to reconnect and give of yourself, of your time. In that case, that's time. You know, of course, there's the give of, you know, for homeless, for money and stuff, but the time is another one. Through the phone call would be excellent, or spending time with, like you said, like your grandma or something, you know, in the home or something. You know, I mean, they would be like, it'd be the light of their week maybe if you showed up. You know.
Hey, Ring of Fire, what's going on?
What's up, man? Yeah, take him a Big Mac or French fry.
Yeah, right. Seriously, right? Sundae, caramel apple sundae with nuts. No, that's for me. Fudge sundae with nuts. Sorry, actually, they don't have caramel apple. Oops. Kind of wish they did. That'd be good. Anyway, moving on. Unless you guys have any other thoughts on giving, the power of giving, to be positive, to stay positive. Maybe when we're at our worst, and to be positive, maybe we just got to give something, you know, get out of our own head and give, you know, and help somebody else out. So the next tentative topic of the night, talking point at least for this, is laughter, and the idea of just not taking things too seriously. Anybody have any like favorite ways to get their laugh on?
And is listening to Gage over here talk, especially tonight. Got some bad news during this annual checkup over here in Portland.
Are you talking about our Gage from Ring of Fire, Gage?
Yep, and you too.
Sorry to hear. Is he getting the attention that he needs, like to get well? What's going on? I mean, you want to give us a quick recap, or is that, you know, it's all, you know, if you feel like you shouldn't, that's fine too.
No, it's me who got the bad news. I'm getting my laugh on by listening to you stumble over words tonight.
Great. At least somebody's laughing. Even got me laughing. Oh, that's too funny.
No, it's apparently the muscular dystrophy I've dealt with my entire life and stayed strong on is starting to affect me pretty bad from what the doctor was saying. It's starting to wear me down pretty bad. So I don't know what's going on yet with that, though, or what the prognosis, long-term prognosis is. That will be defined in the report I get back in a week or so.
Have you ever considered the fact that you might have more time to diagnose and help your own self, more time than your doctor would have for you? There's a lot of really good potential cures even on YouTube. I found one just last week for Tourette's, believe it or not. Apparently there's a cure for Tourette's. Now, MD, I would bet there's something out there that someone stumbled upon in some remote corner of the earth, and they probably posted a YouTube video about it. So I wouldn't put all the eggs in the doctor's basket, so to speak. I would definitely jump on YouTube. This Tourette's syndrome was fixed by putting a mouth guard, mouth thing, a dental implant basically into the mouth that's the thickness of whatever it took for this person to bite. Imagine putting your finger across your mouth and then biting down on your finger. Well, they had different sticks like the popsicle sticks, and to a certain level, number of popsicle sticks, to the point where he bites down and all of the Tourette's twitching goes away. That's the thickness that they put as the dental implant, and it literally, it snuffs the twitching of Tourette's, and I think even the weird blurts of profanity and stuff goes away apparently with this dental fix. And it's a literal, it may not be a cure for the root cause of the problem, but the more you put the thing in your mouth, the longer you have it in your mouth, the longer you can take it out of your mouth and go without any twitching. It's weird, cool shit. So don't think that your doctor has all the answers. I think there's probably a cure out there, and he hasn't looked it up, and maybe you haven't thought to look for it, but I'm sure it's there somewhere.
Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, recently we had a user join Ring of Fire that has Tourette's and has a certain outburst that we all have to be made aware about. But yeah, it's interesting that you brought that up.
Yeah, that was the person that spurred the search, my search on YouTube. Maybe he didn't think that that's all he needed to do, or that it was even possible. I think when we put a lot of faith in our doctor to cure us, they can't possibly have enough time for each individual patient to truly find the thing that's going to fix us, because each person is a little bit, some cases a lot different than others. So I figured, you know what, come on, man, there's got to be a cure. There's got to be something simple. You know, me being my positive self, I could have been pessimistic and just said, that's it, there's no hope, but that's just horrible. I was looking at it like the horrible affliction that you have to deal with day in and day out. I mean, my God, I would be in tears if someone brought me a solution that would save me from having to deal with that the rest of my life. My God. And so I think that's what spurred it for me, is just compassion. God, man, that must be torturous.
Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing today?
Hi, Samantha. Glad you're here. Hope your day's going good. Mine is good. I had one little hiccup today with my mom needing her keys, and locked herself out of her car, so I had to go to the rescue there. So I hope you're having a good day.
Oh, I had a good day. I had to fire 2 people today because they didn't do the job right for the Weather Channel, so I had to fire their little ass because they did a halfway bad job.
Hey, Samantha, good to hear from you. Yeah, well, Andrew. Yeah, he touched me there, took the initiative and actually did the research based on that one user. And that's what makes Andrew awesome. But yeah, that's awesome. Well, glad you had to fire somebody. Why?
They were supposed to do the paperwork and then give us a copy of the paperwork of the weather thing, and they didn't. They messed up everything, and now we really get whole new computers and everything now.
No, Andrew, for the facial, scalpel, humeral muscular dystrophy that I have, it's starting to affect me. It wasn't affecting me last year, but this year apparently it has greatly already started and weakened some, and in fact atrophied a couple of others. So it's progressing pretty quick this year, as opposed to the last 25 years of my life. Okay, that's pretty much what it is. I'm not giving up hope because there's clinical trials being discovered and out there. I just don't qualify for most of them based on location.
Now I'm gonna hire 2 more people to replace those 2 people that we fired. I hope I find the right people to do the job right, not mess up.
Yeah, I gotcha, Mister. Okay, well, you'll be able to do that. You'll take care of it. Yeah. So, what's everybody else's topics on positivity? Or are we closing the show? Or
I got a question for everybody. Who you gonna vote for? Hillary or Donald Trump?
Snoopy, because his vice president's going to be Woodstock.
Yeah, so for anyone who's come in late to the program, we are having a program, Our Healing Choices. We're chatting about the power of positivity. So if there's any thoughts on positivity, that's what we're doing, at least for the next 20 minutes or so.
I got good news for you guys. I had a small tumor in my back of my head, back of my head, and I went to get an MRI done, and the machine shows nothing there now. It's all gone, and they want me to come back again. They think it's wrong. Something's wrong with the machine. No, I'm gonna tell them you won't find nothing there because the tumor is gone.
Wow, that's positive. Way to go, Samantha. That's cool. Cool news. Good news. Anybody else have anything positive to share about their life and what's going on or what they've heard? Yeah, let's share that maybe. I got some slides here I found today that are pretty inspirational. I could read some of those too.
I just saved a bunch of money on my car insurance by switching to Geico.
Sorry, that was pretty funny. But yeah, I would be more than happy to hear your inspirational slides.
Oh, hey, Special Redneck. What's going on, bud? Did everything turn out okay last night?
that was pretty funny.
What's going on, yo?
Here's one slide that I found today. They call these inspirational memes, or basically that. I forget the other one. This one says, let your smile change the world, but don't let the world change your smile.
Oh, that's a good one. I never heard that one. That was pretty good. Bitch ass. That was good, and I like that.
Hey JR, brother, man, I'm glad you're back here. I got a link for you. I don't know if anybody was able to get it to you, but I've got a YouTube link that shows how to completely cure your Tourette's. Maybe not the blurting of the profanity, but at least maybe if you have any twitching, it completely cures it. It's like this dental implant thing. It's like almost like a retainer. It's pretty awesome, man. I gotta send you the link.
Please do. I would like that. I kind of like the positive that everybody's giving me. I've learned I've learned to accept it. So, I mean, it could work.
Cool. Yeah, I feel you. You've definitely learned to accept it, embrace it, which is good. But I don't know. Just thought that'd be pretty positive. A way to be free of that. So I'll get to that as however I can. I'm just trying to think of the best way. Call alert. I don't know if you can put. I'll figure it out. I don't know. My computer is a little bit harder to use with stuff than my phone, so I have to switch to my phone. But here's another one that says, "Call me crazy, but I love to see other people happy."
Yeah, JR, thank you for being so open on Ring of Fire about your condition. We love you.
Oh, yeah. It's all good. I lost my lighter, though, and it's... Chill, bitch. It's pissing me off. I lost my lighter. I can't light my cigarette. I'll go inside.
Yeah, that sucks. I usually, when I do that, I go to the gas stove, but be careful.
What are y'all talking about tonight, though? Everybody have fucking ass, bitch. Is everybody having a good night tonight? I mean, what's the conversation about? I know y'all probably get tired of my slow reactions. If y'all can bear with it, then it's cool.
No, JR, you're part of Ring of Fire, part of the family. We're doing our healing choices. We're the host, Andrew. We're talking about positive attitudes and positivity.
Well, I guess you could say donkey ass. I guess you can say that you know where I stand in that.
Yeah, definitely. That's what makes you you, and we appreciate that.
You, my man, brother, are Mr. Positive, and that's cool. World needs more people that are positive. We just talked about it tonight, how infectious positivity is, you know? The more positive you can be, the more of a ripple of positivity you're going to be all the way as far as the mind can imagine.
Oh, yeah. I went to another room, and you should have seen how funny I was when it came to dildo in the ass. You should have seen how funny it was when it came to sexual intercourse conversation.
Yeah, I can imagine that'd be pretty funny. Oh, man. So let's see. Anybody else have any thoughts on positivity? How they're positive? What keeps you positive? That kind of stuff that they want to share.
Oh, my positivity is moving forward with throw me in your ass, bitch. My positivity is moving forward with life when barriers try to set you back?
My positive is trying to pray and listen to Christian music and go to church and stuff and keep trying to get with positive people and influences in my life. That's part of positivity with me.
Nice, guys. Anybody else want to hear what they do to stay positive?
I listened to my recording. I'm sorry, I said thumb in the ass.
It's all good, brother. You said a lot of things you probably shouldn't be saying, but we understand, man. It's all good.
Yeah, you're good, man. Christian music and God. One main thing to be positive about. All those suggestions. Just keep them up. Whatever keeps you uplifted and positive about things in life, whatever keeps you afloat.
Oh, one song I learned was that I gotta think about it.
All right, while you're thinking, there's this other one that I found. It says, don't let what you cannot do interfere with what you can do. In other words, stop the habit of saying I can't do stuff and start saying, how can I?
Oh, the one thing is, oh my. Well, one thing in my life I ever did do was to take off the old robe and take off fucking horse. Take off the old robe and put on the new. Well, the best thing in my life I ever did do. Horace, in my life I ever did do was to take off the old robe and put on the new.
Cool song, man. I never heard that one before. Take off the old robe and put on the new, straight up, right? Always got to put on a new robe. Be willing to let go of the old and what's not working for you, especially if it's got holes in it.
Yeah, I might have some bad words in my version. Shit, bitch. I might have viewer discretion advised in mine.
Yeah, right. Put it in your profile pic. Viewer discretion advised. That was too funny. Here's another one. It says, one small positive thought in the morning can change your whole day. I like to call that gratitude. And usually when it's gratitude, it can be a lot more than one small positive thought.
Yeah. They don't want to put me in front of my church.
I don't know, man. Isn't the whole principle to love everyone or something? I don't know. Forgiveness, all this kind of good stuff. You should be okay at any church, in theory. Here's another one. It says, I am, period. Two of the most powerful words, for what you put after them shapes your reality. I am.
Yeah, but when it comes to me standing up to the pedestal, I might mislead them.
Well, I can see that being like problematic, you know, like I'm saying praise God and you step up and say like FMB or something like that. But yeah, like Andrew said, in theory, every church should be welcoming and learn to be accustomed to you.
Duncan Horde lover. My thing is that I would say the wrong things in front of kids.
Then let that be your reason for growing, you know, for improving yourself, for like I say, changing your vocabulary. I remember from last week you said you're already working on changing your vocabulary a bit, or adding better, more positive words, you know. So it's all good, man. If that's your driving force, let it be your you know, your guide, your candle, your torch, you know, to improve your condition to the point where even if you're hanging out with a bunch of kids, at least you're going to be, you know, saying things that are positive and funny, and not necessarily offending, you know, to people. So I believe in you, man. You got the positivity, you got the inspiration, you got the, you know, the good person in you. You're good. You'll get it someday, you know.
Yeah, they started with fruits, grapes, peaches. This donkey bitch ass, and oranges and watermelons, and trying to keep my vocabulary right.
Yeah, that's a good start. That's a very good start. Yeah, but I understand your struggles, especially in today's society, you know, where everybody's cautious and, you know, quick to report abuse or whatever. But yeah, you have to be cautious, especially around kids.
Yeah, with kids, it's hard to walk into Walmart. They correct me a lot until somebody tells Dick, coming ass bitch. They correct me a lot, saying I'm inappropriate.
You know, man, I love to bring this one up because it seems to be at the core. Is it, you know, the motivation to get anything done is just progress, man. So if you make just progress, just making a little progress on that, learning some new words or whatever, actually gives you more motivation to get, you know, to change. So just keep making progress, man. Baby steps. It's a good saying. Baby steps, you know. I mean, because baby steps is what gets it, you know.
You just got to go and look for it.
That just a little bit of gratitude. Like what was the highlight of my day? You know, even if it's just one thing, that's all. Like being here right now, doing this program with you all. This is my highlight of my day, for sure.
Yeah, I concur. Mine too.
Well, I think I'm gonna go in and bitch ass motherfucker. I think I'm gonna go in. I might hang out for a little bit. I might hang out. Never mind. I still have more beer.
I love it, man. You're like, never mind, I still got some more beer. We're good. That was classic. Oh, too good, man. Too good. This next one is by the Buddha. It says, what you think, you become. What you feel, you attract. What you imagine, you create.
Yeah, it can apply in both negatively and positively.
Yeah, very good point, right? If we think negative, we become negative. If we feel bad, we attract bad feeling people. If you imagine negative things, you're going to create negative things in your life. So it could go literally both ways. I like that. Good point. Danny? Hello, Ronelle. What's up, sister? Hope you're doing well. We are rounding out the end of the Our Healing Choices program. The topic of the night tonight is still for a few more minutes, maybe, power of positivity.
My life's a little bit complicated.
The Ring of Fire, we have Dala.
Thank you, guys, and yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm still waking up, so excuse me.
Yeah, we're just finishing up our Healing Choices hosted by Andrew. Yeah, so wake up and mic up in a few if you want.
Hey, Danny, do you remember where I shared that link, the Tourette's link? Was that the Ring of Fire mod channel or the emergency? I forget.
I'm not exactly sure.
Oh, sorry, let me just get a cup of coffee and then I'll be with you guys now.
I have a few more of these slides I could probably read, but does anybody else have any thoughts, final thoughts in general about power of positivity, how important that is, blah, 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 you know, something like that. What is positivity for you, and maybe some final thoughts on that.
Well, that's one of the things I'm struggling to have is positive. I can't be positive of anything yet at the moment. Yeah, my life is not that bad, but yeah, I'm not a real positive lady.
And there's different people like that. There's some people that are always positive. There's some that struggle to be positive, and there's some comfort zone that choose to be negative, and that works for them. So, which one are you?
Well, I think I fall under the negative one at the moment, so yeah.
And there's nothing bad about that. I mean, we're all human, so. Yeah, but I don't know your struggles or what you're going through right now, but I just urge you to be positive about at least about one thing that you're struggling with, and see what comes up about that. See if the positivity gets anything done about it.
Thank you, I'll try. I just need to find that one positive thing in my life at the moment.
Well, you're off to a good start. You're on a good fire.
Does anyone know if JR is still in the channel? Doesn't look like it. This one's good. It says, I am too positive to be doubtful, too optimistic to be fearful, and too determined to be defeated.
I'm positive, and I know it.
LOL, Danny.
Nice one, Danny.
Here's a good one. I think we touched on this a little bit tonight. It says, you are only going to be as good as the people you surround yourself with. So be brave enough to let go of those who keep weighing you down. I think there's a lot of truth to that. Being brave enough to let go of the negative people in your life. It's tough, especially if you consider yourself a good person. Crazy.
Yeah, what are the negative forces like your mom, your dad, a sibling? Yeah, it's even tougher.
With that, I feel like you just have to be more creative about it. I truly believe that there's certain people you could spend like 24 hours a day with and not be annoyed with and actually really still enjoy being around, and then there's others that you can't spend more than like an hour with a month. It's like a huge spectrum.
That's true.
This is a really healthy one. I can't quite read the name. It looks like it says Nicole Nietzsche, something like that. I don't know. It says the things you want only exist if you believe they exist. If you truly believe you are worthy and deserving of those things, they will eventually appear in your life.
Well, I agree. I mean, we've hit the subject before. You know, you have to visualize stuff, even if it's like putting a picture of it or something on your refrigerator door or your front door before you go out the door for the day. I mean, if you can visualize it, you could concentrate on it and not lose focus on what you want.
Yeah, I had a feeling we had touched on this a couple times before. It seems like, and all the years now that we've been doing this program, it seems like it's come up a couple times. This whole idea of first believing it, and for it to be true, you first have to have that belief that it's possible and that you deserve it. That's a new one that says, like, if you truly believe you are worthy and deserving of those things, then they will eventually appear in your life. And this is totally a testament to that. So much. The worthy and deserving part. I think some people they have the picture of the Ferrari or the house that they love, but maybe they're lacking in the area of, like, the self-worth and deservingness of those things. So they give up. And I'm just saying, as a flag in the ground, like, don't give up. We can't give up. We got to keep our heads up above the water. Everybody's doing the same thing, just trying to keep their head above the water, straight up. If you can do that and love others and be kind and be happy in the meanwhile, then you live in a great life.
Yeah, like I threw out before, keep afloat. And while you're keeping afloat, be positive about it. Don't take others down with you if you're at that level. Everybody's trying to keep afloat. Everybody's in the same boat.
You guys just say something about putting pictures or words in the freezer. I've got 2 freezers. I think I would have both of them fully with all the pictures in my life.
Yeah, and if there's anything that you want to talk about in Ring of Fire that's on your mind, that's bothering you, we're all open ears. We don't judge. We're just here. Tell us whatever you want to tell us, and you'll probably get some feedback. Trust me. Yeah, but we're here to help.
Inspire to create and create to inspire.
Yeah, I think that should be Serendity's motto there.
Great quote, Redneck. Very good one.
Yeah, I know that you guys will get feedback. I think every one of you guys are very nice. But to tell you my problems, you guys will go and see a shrink at the end of the day.
Well, see, that would be your own opinion, though. I mean, there are people that you may feel that way, but there may be people that may surprise you.
Yes, Ronald, I think you might be surprised. There's some people in here that could probably have you fire your therapist. I know about a handful of them or more easily. But then again, I don't know your therapist. So he could be the best in the world, and then I feel bad. Oh, I feel bad for any of us who you say anything to. No, I feel I'm very optimistic. You're good here. You're in good hands in the ring of fire. The ring of fire has got you. You might be burning, but the ring of fire has got you.
Yes, we all feel bad if anything negative happens to anybody or any of our friends.
You guys, I must do that trust thing that you stand behind me, I fall, and you will catch
You've got our back. And we've got yours. So anything you want to discuss, we're here for you.
All right, you guys want to hear a few more of these inspirational slides, or are we good? I think there was about 20 of them. I'm just kind of hitting on some of the better ones. Yeah, let me know.
Hey, what's up, Ring of Fire?
Hey, what's up, Jared? Yeah, we're talking with Andrew on healing choices.
Yeah, we're just wrapping things up here. How you doing, Jerry? How's your day going, brother?
I just woke up from, well, somewhat of a nap and trying to get back on my sleeping schedule again. So that's the only problem I have for so far. But as they say, I'm nipping it in the bud. So.
Nice. This one might help you. We're talking about power of positivity. Here's one of the inspirational slides or memes that I found today. It says, "Take time to do what makes your soul happy." I was just thinking that might be get more sleep.
Good evening, everybody. How you all doing tonight?
If I do what I want to do to make me happy, then I'm in trouble. So what's the use there?
Yeah, I agree with what she said. So.
LOL. That's too funny. Yeah, I agree with what she said. That's perfect, Jerry. All right, this one might help, given the situation. I don't know. I didn't read this whole one, but I think I did actually earlier today. This one's called the Positivity Pledge. It says, I shall no longer allow negative thoughts or feelings to drain me of my energy. Instead, I shall focus on all the good that is in my life, aka gratitude. I will think it, feel it, and speak it. By doing so, I will send out vibes of positive energy into the world, and I shall be grateful for all the wonderful things it will attract into my life.
I agree and continue to accept that pledge, because I think I've done that since day one. But yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I've done that so many times I lost count after one.
Well, Jerry, I'm a prime example of if you think positive and do positive, good things will happen.
Well, if you don't do it, it'll do it itself, so you ain't got really much to worry about, you know. Like, you know, pretty much everything I've told you, Danny, you know, I mean, you know, you've commended me, you know, being strong and everything else, you know.
Yeah, just keep it up. Keep it up. It'll pay off eventually. It's worth the wait.
Oh, yeah, I know. You know, I'm still staying positive, staying away from the negative, you know, kind of like a battery, you know. Not like the Energizer Bunny, but, you know, I mean, if we don't do it ourselves, it will do it for us that we keep going.
Trying to say, like, if you don't be positive yourself, then life will bring you down. Is that what you're trying to say? You need to be positive, basically.
Well, yeah, life. I mean, it's going to take its course no matter what. It's going to, with or without your involvement.
Well, yeah, I mean, that could happen too, but sometimes, you know, if you don't do things, things do it for yourself, you know. So you ain't got, it's like saying you ain't really got no saying in it. It'll happen, you know. You know, like down the road, you know, you know, I mean, one thing will definitely happen, obviously, will be, you know, if my girls find me or I find them, you know. I mean, that's something, you know, you want to think about, you know, things that will happen. You just got to know, pretty much know when it will happen, you know. So, I mean, kind of think outside the box there, you know.
Like saying, stay positive and trust that good things will happen.
Yeah, the when part, I think we all want to know, right? It's probably not going to happen.
Yeah, like we won't know when, but we just have to, you know, be positive and trust that the good things will happen.
Everyone wants happiness. No one wants pain. But you cannot have a rainbow without a little rain.
Well, that's like sometimes when and how are two complete different things. You know, you got to separate those two things, you know, when and how they're going to happen, you know. Because you don't always know when and how they're going to happen, you know. Like, I don't know when and how it's going to happen, you know, when me and my girls are going to be reunited, you know.
Yeah, 10-4.
This one's kind of long, but it seems like this would be pretty worth saying. This is by Mahatma Gandhi, apparently. It says, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. Keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. Guess where it starts? Your thoughts.
What's up? What's up? Ring of Fire. How's everybody doing tonight?
Really good, Justin. Really good, man. It's been a pretty positive night. No pun intended. We're just finishing up our Healing Choices program we have each week here. Topic of the night is the power of positivity. So stick around for a little bit. We'll be opening it up to regular open topic chat, but we're just finishing off, rounding out the end of the program right now. So, you have any final thoughts on that?
Andrew, Ring of Fire, everybody. I need to go out the door. It's been a pleasure. Want to stop by and check out your channel, Andrew. It was an awesome job as always. So God bless. I'll talk to you all next time.
All right. Thank you, brother, for chiming in. You're awesome. And hope you have a good rest of the night. Catch you on the flip. Love you, man.
Hey, catch you later, Danny.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye, bud.
This goes along a little bit with positivity. Pretty important one. I think this one says, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change.
Yeah, but it depends on the things, you know.
I think it's basically talking about like how you perceive a situation or a thing changes the thing. Like if you perceive of a situation differently, it changes the situation. If you perceive of a boat differently, it changes the boat. You know, let's say the boat is dilapidated, just going off on a tangent here. The boat is dilapidated. One way you can look at it is that's an ugly old boat that is just not fit for the water. And the other way you can look at it is that boat has seen a lot of great years, and I wonder how many people have actually gotten able to appreciate that boat over the years. So, you know, just changing the way you look at things. You know, it goes from a boat that looks like just a piece of junk and that's all you see it as, but then, you know, it becomes something like, oh wow, I mean, this thing is like an old tree. It's seen a lot of great times. You got any more quotes, Redneck, before we finish this one off? Finish up. Seems like you're pulling them from somewhere. Even better if they're just coming out of your head. That's pretty cool.
I got a few more if you guys don't mind.
That's what this program is for, man. Just share them.
All right, give me one sec. Let me flip my light on and pull my book out real quick.
Well, cool. I'll be waiting for those. This one's by a website called Power of Positivity. It says, you have to learn to say no without feeling guilty. Setting boundaries is healthy. You need to learn to respect and take care of yourself. This is true in my life for sure. Like I tend to go out of my way to help others, and I know that's good, but sometimes I think to myself, like, maybe I'm giving too much of my time, and it's in some ways it feels like I'm kind of shooting myself in the foot. So I have to be more mindful of, how much time I give straight up, like how much. To a certain extent, it's a great thing to be giving, but then at a certain point, I think you could tend to shoot yourself in the foot by it.
Yeah, and that goes, quite along the lines of life is 10% of what happens. The other 90% is how we react. So true. I'm definitely saving that one, Redneck. That one's good. It says if plan A didn't work, the alphabet has 25 more letters. Stay cool. Very nice. Got another good one for you. Life is like an ocean. It can either be calm and cool, or it can be rough and rigid. But in the end, it's always beautiful.
Nice. All right, you want to put another couple out there for us there, Redneck, or are you good? We're already pretty far over into the program here, so maybe if you want to put up share a few more, and or if anybody has any final thoughts, we'll wrap it up.
I will actually give you guys a good one to think about. And, maybe get opinions on as we're wrapping this up. be strong because things will get better. It may be stormy now, but it never rains forever. What does that mean to you? And can you relate to how you could see your thunderstorms, per se, of pain coming to an end, because it may never rain forever on, your situation or your life story?
Yeah, that's a good one, man. It it always, this was a good program because positivity, it comes down to this like inner core thing that we need to tap into in order to pull ourselves out of whatever funk we're in. Everybody has little bouts of semi-depressed states, and imagining a day when the storm has passed and that it's clear blue skies and everything is good and we're happy is a huge start. I think that quote is all about the idea of just visualizing that day powerfully, like having that in your mind that is going to happen. I feel like we have to really believe it before it happens, no matter what it is. So if we continue to believe negative and storm and rain, and that being a negative thing, the rain and the storm and the lightning and the thunder, if we continue to believe all of that and not believe in something more hopeful and something more clear and blue sky and sunshine and rainbows and whatever the heck else to believe to get you out. Like, it's so essential that we first believe something more positive than what we see right now. So essential. I mean, throughout life, we're going to hit that wall where we're in a storm, and we need to believe and know that we've gotten through it by believing in the past, and so we can do it again.
Exactly. I mean, that's, it may not have been the exact feeling when I first introduced myself to that quote, but yeah, I mean, I agree 100%.
That's a really great quote. Did you come up with that yourself, or do you have can you attribute that to somebody?
Actually, with my disabilities, I spent some time in and out of hospitals, unluckily, but I have managed to overcome all that, and I have a notebook that in one of the hospitals, a nurse had literally wrote me like 3 pages of inspirational quotes that she had found online to help me get through the problems and the troubles I was having. And now that, I still deal with today, but with the power of positivity goes along with great friends and, great people and just inspiring people and, just the littlest thing that can make you smile can go a long way. So no, personally, they're not my quotes, but yes, I do have to give credit to the nurse that wrote them down for me to inspire me for the rest of my life and to keep me thinking positively.
Wow, that's a good positive note to end with now, for sure. Lady cared enough to help you, and who knows how many other people she might have helped, through some tough times with those quotes. So awesome, man. I'd love to hear more of them. I don't know if you know, but I collect quotes. I've been collecting over the last like 6 to 8 years, it seems like. I have these inspirational things I've been reading off that I've collected. If you go to the Our Healing Choices YouTube page, Our Healing Choices playlist for these programs, the most recent ones, you'll see some of the ones I've collected. And I'd love to add some of yours to that, some of those to that, just to help inspire more people. So if they're not already out there in the form of like a graphical thing with text on it, like a picture with some text on the front, I'd love to like reflect that awesome that she gave to you to more people for the program. So however you think you could get it to me, if you feel good with that, I would really be grateful to be able to reflect that to more people. Sounds like it's a really great notebook of quotes. So thank you for that, and I'm gonna go ahead and close it out on that note. You guys have been awesome, those who have chosen to be here, and anyone who is actually still listening for the recording of this. You guys are so cool. I love you all. Can't even tell you how grateful I am that this kind of love, this kind of positivity is getting rippled out, to more places. It's just humbling to no end. So, yeah, I guess we'll just open it up to open topic at this point. We've actually picked 4 topics. This was one of them, so we won't be choosing a topic this week or the next 3 weeks or the next 2 weeks, I guess we'd have it. We won't be picking a topic. 3 weeks, yeah. So really cool. Normally we spend a lot of time picking topics, but we put a little bit of that time, thankfully this time, into the program itself. So again, thank you all. You're awesome in my book. Even if you just showed up and didn't get a chance to chime in, it's great that you were here. I feel you. I feel the love.
Thank you very much.
Oh, dude, you're awesome. I mean, without you, I probably would be in a dark place. And that goes along with everybody in the Ring of Fire. I mean, I've been through so much, just like everybody else. And, dude, the same goes back to you, man. You've inspired me to grow, to be more positive on the situation that's happening at hand than, not be so positive about it. But on that note, I will work up a little page for you, actually. And if you would like, I will solo you my Facebook page. And then I could either message you them or somehow get them to you on that page. That way you can take and pick and choose, or you can just kind of introduce that page to your collection you have, because I would be more than happy to share what I have with you.
Yeah, that would be a good way, actually. Yeah, solo your Facebook page or profile or whatever, and that'll be helpful, because then, like I say, if they're in a format where it's just a notepad, right? But if they've already been quoted by someone else, I'll just find the quote that has the coolest picture, that goes with it. That's really like, a great photograph and a good in the quote with it. It's powerful. I'll just, when I have some time, I'll collect that, or you could do that as well. Just shoot some to me on Facebook. It'd be great to be connected on Facebook as well. Anyway, so yeah, do that. I'd be super grateful for that. I've got about 1,100, I think 1,150 right now, that I currently collected, and you can go on the website consciousriver.com. You can also download those there. It's all by donation at this point, but just you can click on it. It's all donation based, so you don't even have to donate. Really, you could just click and download the whole damn thing. So I'd be more than welcome to give back in that way for sure. And yeah. By the way, for those of you guys who don't know, we have a Facebook page. It's facebook.com/Our Healing Choices. Cheryl's Ring of Fire page is also on Facebook. It's facebook.com/Ring of Fire Chat. You guys can go to our, mentioned it before, but you can go to our YouTube, not really a channel, but you can type in YouTube, Our Healing Choices, and you'll see a playlist. Look for the playlist, and that's all of the programs that have been recorded in the past. You can always reference those if you'd like, if you missed a program or you won't be able to make a program. I try to get it up either by the following day or at the latest before the next program, whatever we just talked about. So feel free to do that. You can hit me up, add me as a contact. I'll get you a call alert before the program, within the hour of the program each week. Or better yet, to save me some effort, I would really appreciate it if you guys go to the Our Healing Choices channel on Zello and just add yourself. I've been trying to get better at just sending the call alert to the channel, so that anyone who really wants to know about this stuff can get the call alert through the channel. Just takes a lot of time to get it out to all the people that have friended me on Zello here. So anyway, thanks again, and thank you, Redneck, for being you, for being awesome. You're an inspiration just by having gotten through all that you've been through, and still you're shining. So we need more people like you, straight up, because you are positivity. We were talking about it earlier in the program. I don't know if you heard, but it's people, mostly, I think. I mean, in my mind, it was one of the things we touched on, but it's people that make us more positive. It's not, I mean, we get it from within, but sometimes we just need an inkling of hope in someone else to get us through some of the hardest times in life, I mean, again, there's so many different ways, but being inspired by others is one of the strongest ones I know.
Well, that means a lot to me, bud. I don't really get told that very often, even though, I stay positive through the fact. But yeah, I mean, that I greatly appreciate that, bud. And I do agree 100% that, people do help find us help us find the positivity within ourselves when we are in our darkest time, when we are not allowing ourselves, to find that positivity.
They're either going to see it in ourselves because they care enough to know who we really want to be, or they're just going to be being positive about their own life, and that's infectious. That's one of the things we talked about, how infectious it is, others being positive. So, I mean, if we know that anything we do it's positive, is infectious to others, then I think we would all want to be more positive, because we know that the stuff that we do that's positive, other people are getting, are lifted by. They're getting lifted by it. They're getting inspired by it. They're getting hopeful by it. and that who knows how far that'll go. We were talking about the ripple effect of that. So by all means, man, just keep doing you, and other people will be inspired by that. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Wow, guys, I tell you, I've had almost all the positivity I can take for one night. This has been one heck of a powerful hour and a half plus, no, 2.5 hour plus of just one thing after another, tips and tricks of being positive. So yeah, so grateful to have all you guys on board with this program. They care enough to be here and mic up and share what's good, what's great that you have to share in your life.
Hey, Andrew. Thank you for all your positive messages and support and your positive presence in the channel, always, and especially during this. And hello to everyone.
Thank you, Cheryl. You as well, as always, for being steadfastly nourishing here for people on this channel. It's like, I think part of the reason why people like this channel is because they know that the owner has got a big heart, you know, and cares about people. So got to give you big props for that. You are an infectious amount of positivity that is probably one of the main reasons why this channel is so good, is because you've infected a lot of people with positivity. And the size of this channel and the love in this channel is just a reflection of that ripple, I think.
I definitely want to thank you for that, because I agree with him 100%. You are a very inspirational and positive person, and you definitely have a big heart for people.
Well, thank you for that, you guys. Thank you. Sorry I wasn't here much tonight. This is not an open channel. A little bit in the background, keying up to the mod, not much. But I did some listening. I don't think I really had much to add to this tonight, actually. I was kind of distracted with things, but yeah, thank you all for being here and for your sentiments.
That's what we do here, right? We keep each other up. We lift each other up. That's what makes this place cool. Good place to come to whenever. Hopefully this channel is around for a very long time.
Oh yeah, I think so. Anyway, I'm starting in my dinner. Actually came out pretty good. It was kind of one of those kitchen sink dinners, you know, or bare cupboard dinners, whatever you want to call it. Started off with some coconut curry sauce and just worked it up from there.
Oh, sounds good.
I'm so sad. I don't even want a Dr. Pepper right now.
judging by the fact that you have Dr. Pepper in your name, I wonder how many Dr. Peppers you drink in a day.
I drink around between 1 to 4 liters, but that's actually after I have cut it back down from about 12 liters a day, where I was. And I've even cut it back down even further in the recent week to maybe 1.5 liters a day.
Well, that's good. You started out at a dangerous amount and kind of weaned yourself down to a little.
Started out at a highly dangerous amount that you dropped down to a not so highly dangerous, but still probably highly dangerous amount. I just thought I'd ask because I know how potentially bad it can be to have that much of your calorie intake in sugar. I think you might appreciate it more if you had it less. Just a thought. Should say even less. Oh man, I'll bet you probably lost a lot of weight too. Yeah, because I know that big sugar drinks like that actually are what cause people to gain most of their weight. People think it's in the food, but it's most likely from the big, super big gulp, high sugar sodas and stuff that people drink.
As a teenager till I was about 17, I weighed 120. Then I spiked to 164, and I have not dropped any since. I'm still at about 164 to 168 pounds.
Well, that sugar can cause diabetes. I think we all know that. But I believe it's about 29 grams of sugar for 12 ounces of cola.
I believe the typical can of Coke is somewhere around 39 to 40 grams of sugar. And he's talking about 1.5 liters, which I believe a liter of cola is the regular, like half a 2-liter bottle, 3/4 of a 2-liter bottle, I think is what he's talking about.
I just looked it up. It doesn't say what kind of serving this is, but it says 64 grams of sugar. This has got to be more than 12 ounces. Yeah, I'll give you more when I find it.
It's 40 grams of sugar per 12 ounces of Dr. Pepper. I drink around 48 ounces of Dr. Pepper a day, or thereabouts.
I was gonna add, I got a 1.25 empty Pepsi bottle right here in my hand, and the sugar content says 41 grams. The serving size is 12 full ounces or 12 fluid ounces, and in a 1.25 liter, servings per container is about 3.5 servings.
Yeah, I was quite a bit off there. I must have been thinking of other sugary drinks. But yeah, a typical can of soda is about 40 grams of sugar. So that would be like 12 ounces.
Yeah, but for me to come out and say that I'm not in the mood for any Dr. Pepper or anything like that. Come on, I'm telling you, I bleed Dr. Pepper. So, yeah, that news I got today from that doctor at OHSU put me in that kind of a funk where I don't want any Dr. Pepper or anything like that.
You know what's sad? What's sad is that, you know, a lot of us go through our life, a long, how do you put this? We go through many years of our life before someone tells us, like a doctor or somebody, that you know, drinking that much Dr. Pepper or intaking that much sugar, let's say, is actually not bad. I mean, maybe when as a kid, when we're growing up, oh, it's bad for your teeth, that much sugar. But you know, the fact that that much sugar is bad for your body as well, you know, can cause diabetes and a slew of other health conditions. It's like, then we're like, oh shit, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And so kudos to you, brother, for cutting back and at least being on the path of like, maybe I don't need that much Dr. Pepper. And again, I assure you that the less you have of it, the more you're going to appreciate it when you do have it. So you should be able to enjoy the foods that you love, but by cutting back, you will enjoy them even more.
My suggestion is limit yourself to 12 ounces a day. That way you still get your treat. And for other beverages, water, tea with little to no sugar, fruit juice mixed with tea. Lemonade can be kind of sugary, so I'd say limit yourself on that. Coffee, little to no sugar.
No coffee. I'm Mormon. And as for tea, I drink at least a gallon of it, sugar-free a day. I know it's that news I got on the facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy that I was born with. It's starting to affect me a great deal more than he would like to see. It's already put several of my cousins in wheelchairs, and it looks like that's where it's starting to take me.
Why do you drink a gallon of tea a day? People don't even need that much in water. That's pretty much equivalent to water, but there's actually such a thing as drinking too much liquid.
I'm going to say, if you're drinking tea, you might well be drinking green tea. At least it's got some anti-cancer agents in it and healthier agents in it. All you got to do is sweeten it with like honey or something. Yeah. I do green tea with honey and soy, and it's like a perfect combination. It doesn't have a lot of sweet, and it's still really good.
Again, Mormon. No green tea, black tea, red tea, or coffee.
Bummer they can't make an exception for green tea. I don't know. It's all good. But hey, man, kudos to you for, like I say, cutting back and being mindful of it and being aware of it and actually understanding how destructive it can be. You know, the fact that the rest of your family is dealing with the same issues is you can be like a shining light to help them through it. You know, pretty cool. You're in a good position.
A couple of those family members don't even drink soda. So no, it's facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy that is in our genetic makeup. It's a genetically inherited disease that breaks down muscle over time, makes you go weaker, and it's starting to affect me more than the doctor here would like to see, and that's what's causing all me to even say I don't even want Dr. Pepper at this time. Which, if you actually knew me, you would immediately throw up a huge red flag of something's wrong.
Yeah, I'm going to throw something out there, Dr. Pepper, that you probably never heard of or imagined, and that is the idea that your condition may not be genetic. In fact, more than likely, it's not genetic. It is more likely a factor of your culture. And I would call it, maybe you might want to call it cultural genetics. It's the habits that you've inherited from your parents and from your culture and from your family and cousins and friends or whatever. It's that more than it would be usually your DNA, your genetics. Genetics, they say, at most attributes to 15%. At the most, it's 15% towards, you know, whether we have something that our parents had or whatever. The other 85% typically comes from your habits, straight up, like what you've learned. That's what you've learned that has been passed down from generation to generation. One of the reasons people think they have a genetic predisposition to something is because they've been passed down many habits, and they carry on many unhealthy habits from past generations. And it's not so much genetic, it's habit. A lot of people just make different choices, have different habits about health and what they eat and everything, and all of a sudden that person does not fit the same mold as the rest of their family. Go figure, right? Because they've made different choices, like what you're doing right now. You're at the brink of making a different choice that could save your life, potentially even.
You said you got muscular dystrophy, right? Let me share a screenshot, because someone in my family has the same thing, and I have been doing research on it. So let me share the same screenshot that I screenshot them. It may or may not help, you know, depending on the situation.
All right, you guys, I'm going to check out. I have had one heck of a long day and night preparing for the program and doing the program. So I still have a few more things to do, so I'm going to check out. But it's been really great talking to y'all, and can't wait to get back here and chat it up in the ring of fire.
Catch you later.
Yeah. All right. Good night, Andrew. Thank you.
Yes, good night, Andrew. And actually, it is in the genetic makeup, the DNA test and everything. I have gone back far enough for them to actually figure it out for the muscular dystrophy type that I have, at least.
All right, well, I approved that picture so you can see it now.
Wow, Dr. Pepper. Well, it's good to know, right? At least you know what you're working with, so that's good. Hopefully, again, you can hopefully be a shining light for the rest of your family that has it if you find a way around it. I've heard this twice tonight, this facial something muscular dystrophy, so I'm going to look into it and see what I can come up with myself as a cure or a pseudo cure if there is one. What was the specific name of the illness that you're talking about?
It is called FSH, muscular dystrophy. It is pronounced facioscapulohumeral muscular dystrophy.
Hey Doc, does my that screenshot come close to what you have, or does that help in any way?
Okay, thanks, Dr. Pepper. Appreciate it, man. You guys have a wonderful night, and Again, I love you all. Catch you on the flip.
No, that's a different form of muscular dystrophy. The type I have affects basically the muscles of the face, scapula, upper arms, and lower legs, pretty much.
Gotcha, buddy. Yeah, somebody in my family has the one that I posted, so I was just trying to get a grasp on maybe if I could possibly try to help you as well while I was researching theirs. But all right, you guys, I was supposed to be in bed a couple hours ago. I wanted to at least stay up for the show. Try to help inspire, try to keep hope positive and all that. But with that being said, this time I really do have to bid well and adieu and take my booty to bed. So you guys have a wonderful and terrific night, and I will chat with you guys tomorrow.
Okay, good night. And Cheryl knows I'm normally a person you can't really get down in the dumps or anything very well, hardly ever at all. I don't think anybody really on Ring of Fire has seen me down in the dumps too much, but so this getting me this down in the dumps says a lot for what it is.
Just stay positive, bud, and remember that it may storm in our lives, but it will never rain forever, buddy. Eventually the rain's gonna go away. Or another one to go by is everyone wants happiness, no one wants pain, but you cannot have a rainbow without at least a little rain.
Well, onward to watch a couple of episodes of Manny and the Professor.
What's that about? Is it a TV show, or a movie, or I don't think I've heard of Manny and the Professor.
Not Manny. Nanny, Nanny, and the Professor. It was starring Julia, and it was also starring Richard Long.